Okay, guys, today we are going to meet pop artist Romero Britto. He is a wonderful Brazilian artist, and I've got a quick clip to introduce him to you before we get started on our demo today. I hope you enjoy his work, and just like he says at the end, hopefully it will bring joy, laughter, and smiles to you.
These are the works of Romero Britto. They're joyful, simple, and you may start to notice they're all over the place. But who is Romero Britto? And how did he become so prolific that he is the most licensed artist in history? Let's start with the basics. Romero Britto is an artist, more specifically a contemporary artist who blends pop art with cubist-like abstraction.
And the subject matters that I do is very simple, very direct. I'm very consistent with my colors. And then the lines, the stripes, the little things that I put in my work that is part of my vocabulary.
He was born in Brazil to a big family, and growing up was pretty tough.
My mother had like 12 kids. I wanted to get out of the house because it was chaotic.
And little did he know, art would become his ticket out.
Since I was a kid, I always liked drawing, but I never knew that it would change my life.
At age 25, he moved to Miami, where pop art was flourishing.
I was like, you know what? I love America. I love Miami particularly because it's such a dynamic city.
With no formal art training, he would paint on newspapers and on the streets, the only canvases he could afford.
Before I show my work in galleries, I show my work on the sidewalk of Miami.
He was able to move into a small studio, soon getting his first brand deal with Absolute Vodka. And from there, his career took off. Disney, Coca-Cola, Mattel, Samsung, luggage, lamps, watches, bananas. If you can slap a print on it, odds are there's a Britto version of it. His sculptures are in train stations, shopping plazas, hotels, corporate headquarters. The guy has done the Super Bowl, the World Cup, and the Olympics. So yeah, Romero Britto is everywhere.
How many pieces of art I've done? Oh my God, listen, it's pretty hard to keep track of it.
Hundreds?
Like a few thousands.
To keep the business going, he's hired dozens of employees, and the scale of the operation is staggering.
People say that I'm the most licensed artist in history, so I'm very honored for that because it means that my work is reaching out millions of people. I just don't want my art to be enjoyed by the elite of the world, but I want my art to be enjoyed by the masses as well.
But nevertheless, Romero's art has caught the attention of celebrities and heads of state all over the world.
All those pieces are here are prototypes and $1 trillion. People tend to say that if you're colorful and you're fun, you're not serious. But I do think we are all searching for happiness.
And to help others see this happiness, Romero's company has donated to over 250 charities, including the Holtz Children's Hospital in Miami.
If we see all the time darkness, when there's going to be the moment of brightness? Everything about my work is things that I think is very pleasing to my eyes and to my heart and make me feel good because life should be about fun.
All right, guys, now that we learned a little bit about our new artist, Romero Britto, who is a pop artist, he is still living, still working, still making gorgeous, magnificent pop art pieces, we are going to go ahead and take a twist on one of his more popular images to do, which is the heart with wings on it, and instead we're going to jump into the holiday season and create our own Britto-inspired shamrock because obviously it is almost St. Pat's Day, so let's have a little fun with that. Remember, the key things here, we need bold, thick, black lines. That is one of the things that Romero Britto is best known for. And super, super bright, popping colors, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, grab my paper, I'm going to grab out some markers, and let's get started. Okay guys, so before I go on to my good paper with just my marker here, I wanted to show you the two different ways that you can draw your shamrock out. So the first one, if you want to do a 4-leaf clover, make an X in the middle of your paper. And off of each section, you're going to attach your little heart top. And then you would just attach on at the end. So that's one way. Or you can pretend there is a circle in the middle, and off of that circle, you are going to draw 3 nice big hearts, right? See how Miss Cutting did not make them touch in the middle? And then at the bottom, that's where the stem to your 4-leaf clover or just your regular shamrock would come from. So this is the one that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that paper off to the side there. Grab this paper. And I've just gotten out a big, thick black marker here. Because Romero Britto loves working in big, thick black lines with whatever he does. So I just tossed in a really quick, easy shamrock. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of break it up. And I'm going to divide my paper into some different spaces. And in each one of those spaces, I will put a different pattern that is super brightly colored. Same thing over here. Maybe I'll break up this one right here. And do a long line here, and maybe a short line right like that. And one more coming off the top here. So, inside each one of these areas, I will just go ahead and start filling in with a different bright color. So maybe I want one to have alternating stripes of yellow and green. So I'm going to go ahead, color my whole area in yellow first, and I'm going to give that a second to dry before I come in with my green. I can also think about maybe I want some yellow over on this one here. Now, if you're using crayons, you can do the exact same thing. Does not matter. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and do yellow stripes. Really big, thick yellow stripes in this section. And these are all very simple patterns. Pop art, remember, is not meant to be scary or chase you away. It's meant to be fun and invite you in. And certainly Romero Britto's artwork is very bright, very vibrant, okay? And now that I've given that a chance to dry, maybe I'll go ahead and I'll do big old green stripes coming through. The one thing about Britto's artwork is that because it is so simple, he needs to make sure that it is very clean. And that's where craftsmanship is going to come into play. If I was to go ahead and make a little whoopsie like that, I need to then cover it up and clean it up with a nice big thick line to help show that that is not what it is supposed to look like. We want to erase that mistake. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Do the same thing, follow my line down. And maybe I'll put one more right next to the edge there. So I'm going to go ahead, guys, and get this all the way colored in. And I will see you when I am all done. there you have it, boys and girls, my finished Britto-inspired shamrock. You're going to notice that I kept my patterns pretty similar. The only thing I wish I had done is I wish I had flip-flopped my red and my green around, just because it got a little bit confusing here. And I did try and use primarily green inside my shamrock and not so much on the outside, which is why I'm kind of kicking myself for that artistic choice. But past that, I liked using the complementary colors. Those are the ones that sit across from each other on the color wheel. So purple and yellow, blue and orange, and red and green. Make sure you get those thick, bold lines and use bright, bright colors. I cannot wait to see your Britto-inspired shamrocks. Bye!